Hello and welcome to the first annual running of the Firecracker 100 here in the 3M Cup Series. Today, 30 drivers will take on this racetrack and rip the high line and ride the bottom of the racetrack to try to get a victory in the first annual Firecracker 100. Yesterday, the heat races were very entertaining, had a lot of action, side-by-side racing, beating and banging, crashing, flying through the air for Ryan Preece. Just massive incidents for some drivers, but let's take a look at these playoff standings. Going into this race, Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, and Brad Keselowski and Michael McDowell all are locked in the playoffs by a win. Kyle Busch advanced already, 16 points above, but then when you get to the cut line, Tyler Reddick +2, Chris Buescher -2, and Chase Elliott -5. Those three drivers all need to have great days coming into Lernerville for the regular season finale. All those drivers, though, I could see getting a top 5, maybe even a win today. All three of those guys looked very competitive yesterday. Chris Buescher may be the least competitive of them. We'll have to see. Christopher Bell, one of your ones to watch, started on pole yesterday in the heats, won his heat race, and now is starting on pole today because he qualified first as well. He's won everything. And then Tyler Reddick, man, just a great dirt racer, rips the top. You've seen him in the heat races, almost won, but an untimely caution ruined his chances. But Tyler Reddick starting 8th on the bubble. Let's see what he can do. And the driver on the other side of the bubble, Chris Buescher, starting 12th for today's race, only 4 spots behind Tyler Reddick. He needs to gain at least 2 spots ahead of him to break the tiebreaker. But both of those drivers seem very competitive today, and I like to see which one can come out on top. It's sure going to be a dogfight, as let's take a look at your starting lineup and some of the key drivers starting up front. One driver I'd like to point out is Daniel Hemrick, starting 10th place here today. Great run for that college Chevrolet. Also, his teammate Jonathan Davenport, he could have got some pointers from him. As Jonathan Davenport, he will start 13th, as there's Chris Buescher starting 12th. Beside Kevin Harvick, he's got a little bit of ground to make up, just outside the top 10, just outside of getting points. We'll have to see. It's sure going to be a dogfight today. A very entertaining regular season finale. Let's just see who will get it done today here in Lernerville. As the 2 points provisionals, like I said yesterday, Alex Bowman and John Hernewicek will get it on points after wrecking yesterday in the heat races. Here we go. Heat races are over. Lernerville Future is underway. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway for the start of the Firecracker 100. The fans are on their feet. Green flag in the air. Christopher Bell leads them down with Kurt Busch in second. Kurt Busch on the top. Kyle Busch on the bottom. Bell gets out to a nice lead as Kurt Busch runs on the top. Right behind him, a little mistake by Kurt Busch as Bell's going to get out further as lap traffic you see at the very bottom of the camera shot just coming into the frame. As a 3 wide in the back, Tyler Reddick getting many positions. But up front, it's all Toyota. 1, 2, 3, 4. What a run for Toyota. Here comes Kurt Busch to the bottom of the racetrack. Slide job up front, crash. William Byron, big hit for William Byron. Jonathan Davenport slammed right into his nose. Head-on collision, massive calamity in turns 1 and 2. Chris Buescher and Kevin Harvick as well involved. Playoff implications for Chris Buescher as he needed a good run today. Started 12th. This might take him out of the playoff conversation. And as well, a disappointing finish for the William Byron crew. Let's take a look at how this happened. Man, what a massive hit there for Jonathan Davenport and William Byron. After Harvick looks like he just drove it a little too deep. Clipped Byron, turned him in the inside wall. Byron shot up the racetrack into Davenport. And Davenport couldn't go anywhere else. Either he goes through the grass and spin, hit the inside wall over there, or hit Byron. He kind of did a little bit of both. Just smashed Byron right there. You can see both those cars whip around. That's just violent right there. That shows you how hard these guys are going. Even though it might not look that fast, you can tell when they're going fast when they hit each other right in the nose. Just a massive collision. Calamity down in turn 1. 4-car incident. 3 of the 4 cars are going to be out for today's race as massive cleanup as we'll take a look in slow motion once again. Just a massive impact from that 16 to the 24. Hitting inside wall. He locked it down. Looks like set up the track. Just nothing he could have done different there. But Harvick just kind of got into him as he came into the corner, lifted a little bit sooner. But as this crash has already come to a finish and to a close, 3 drivers are already out. Chris Buescher to the rear, and we will restart on lap 5 out of 11. Let's see who's going to get it done here in Lernerville. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway, where Kurt Busch and Christopher Bell come to green. Green flag flying. Bell blows up. He blows an engine on the restart, going up through the gears, and he's taken out of playoff contention. And as Christopher Bell's playoff hopes come up in the smoke, as well as his engine pulls off to the side of the racetrack, and officials come to help him. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like just as he got on the throttle, the engine just expired and smoke flowed everywhere. Let's take a look. It looks like it comes right out of the exhaust pipe. You can see it right there. It sputters, and then a big smoke show just erupts from that exhaust pipe. And his day comes to an exhausting, just blowing up, fiery, smoky halt and out of turn 4 on the restart. Christopher Bell, one of the fastest drivers all weekend long. It sucks to see it end like this. And as you see the 20 car getting towed back to the garage area, just a devastating ending to the weekend for the Christopher Bell crew. Had the fastest race car all weekend long. It sucks to see him end like this. But we'll be going back green with 7 out of 11 laps complete. And as the cleanup crew comes off the racetrack after cleaning up Christopher Bell's engine issues, the green flag is back in the air once again. Kurt Busch with lead crash in the back. Chastain in the tire. And Blaney's involved as well. 2 race winners in the season are out here in Lernerville. Many crashes early in the going here in Lernerville Speedway. Ryan Blaney, Southern Florida winner, promising run early in the heat races, but he's taken out on a restart crash once again. Look at Chastain hit this Ute tire. He goes underneath of it, shoots him back in the racetrack. Luckily, Brad Keselowski or Daniel Hemrick was not involved, as well as Tyler Reddick right there could have clipped him and spun him out. If that would have happened, that could easily help Chase Elliott get in the playoffs. But now we got a closer battle for the final spot. As Ryan Blaney and Ross Chastain, the only drivers involved in incidents in that crash, they're both out, and we'll be going back green with 9 out of 11 laps complete. And as all the incidents on the racetrack are finally over with, let's try to get 3 laps in. 3 laps to go here in the Firecracker 100. Green flag's back in the air. Elliott dives it in. He slides it in. He lifts. He lets Kurt Busch back on the top. Kurt Busch clears him once again. Here comes Brad Keselowski on the bottom. Huge run. And then contact made. 3 wide for the race lead. And more contact being made as they make contact once again. Kyle Busch now to the race lead. Here comes Kurt Busch. Contact made. 1 lap to go for Brad Keselowski. Here comes Keselowski. Chase Elliott closing. He wants to win to make the playoffs. Here they come. Final corner. Final lap. Chase Elliott, Keselowski winning. Oh my goodness. Keselowski gets a 2nd win on the season. What a race. I cannot believe what I just saw. Brad Keselowski coming from 6th to 1st on the restart to win here in Lernerville. And Chase Elliott coming up oh so short on making the playoffs. And Tyler Reddick will make the playoffs by 2 points over Chase Elliott with a good run today. But man, Chase Elliott almost got him. You see the race leaders make contact. Keselowski comes through. Elliott's closing. Keselowski plays defense, goes to the bottom, hooks in the middle of the racetrack. Elliott with a huge run, and it's not enough. 3/4 of a car length will separate Chase Elliott from making the playoffs and missing it. But what a race. Brad Keselowski does the burnouts that he deserves to do. Keselowski wins the 2nd race of the season. Your season 1 champion picks up another W on the season, looking like a 2nd season champion. If you ask me, he's looking pretty hot right now. And going into Talladega next weekend, you could possibly see him in the Final 4 in less than 1 race. It's just a heck of a job by Keselowski. Just a heck of a job by every single driver here. A heck of a race put on for all these fans. But let's take a look. The regular season point standings goes to Kurt Busch, finishing 2 spots ahead of his brother after pulling that Hail Mary move coming to the white flag. What a race. Man, I can't believe it. Crazy beating and banging, ripping the top. Elliott almost winning to get in the playoffs. A Cinderella story by Tyler Reddick, switching teams mid-season, coming to get in the playoffs by 2 points. Chris Buescher spinning out earlier really hurt his chances of making the playoffs. It sucked for him. It wasn't even his fault being involved in that crash, just avoiding it. And it sucks it has to end that way. But Tyler Reddick will make the playoffs. And your playoff drivers, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Michael McDowell, Kyle Busch, and Tyler Reddick. Your field going into Talladega for the first race of the round of 8, 3 races. And then we go to Homestead, Miami for the championship. This is Last Lap Racing Network signing out.
copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.